morning and welcome to the Wake and Brew Hot Perspective. It is Friday after day after Christmas. Merry Christmas, y'all. For those of you that celebrate it and however you celebrate it, I hope you have a good holiday and you enjoyed some time with friends and family and laughter and true just connection with human beings and life. So, besides that, me and my husband have been getting into Stranger Things lately. And the first time I tried to watch it, I had a hard time. I could not get into it. I was like, "These girls are dumb, and they're making immature choices." So, watching it again now, I'm watching it from a different perspective, post-awakening and a psychological viewpoint when I view things. So, I wanted to talk to you about I have not watched the entire season, let me make this perfectly clear. I am in the beginning of me and my husband are now in season 1, and I got through, like, most of, I think, season 2. But the way I'm looking at it is the darkness, the upside down world as your subconscious, as the dark parts of you that you keep hidden. Now, for me specifically, when I was a child, I had images of a a thing, entity, a night terror that would come into my room, and I would see it tall, skinny, couldn't really see its face. It was something that terrified me, and in my dreams, that would be the monster that I would see that would be tormenting me. I had a lot of crazy, very, realistic, lucid dreams as a child, and I would see this thing. So when I immediately start watching, Stranger Things, I'm like, "Hey, that's the dark. That's the subconscious. That's your hidden alter ego of all the things that you hide inside of you and suppress." And I don't view time as linear. So to me, that entity comes in with you at birth. It is the part of you that knows you before you know you. It lives with you, subconsciously keeping toll of your entire lifetime and maybe even more. It's what you believe, right? So seeing this demon as a child helped me recognize it when I went to face it as I was going through my awakening and my ego death and learning that that thing that I saw had characteristics in my dreams that reminded me of me. And I would have my spirit guide in that dream say, like, "Do you think you could love him? Do you think you could, hug him? Could you accept him for who he is?" And it wasn't until I faced that demon in my dream and I walked right up to it with full courage of, "This is me, and I'm gonna learn to see me for everything that I am and everything that I don't want to be, but that I am. Every energy and aspect that exists in me." And as I went to that demon to go embrace it, it dissipated right in front of me and left. And I haven't seen that since. Um, for me, it's a visual symbolization of the inner world that's inside of you. Some people are more imaginative. The people that have imagery in their mind's eye that they're constantly able to see pictures or hear audio. Having that demon follow you around is like having the dream of the guy with the hat, the top hat thing that most people dream of. It's a symbol because that's how our energy speaks to us. That's how our body is filtering its experience to us is by symbols, is by what we understand from our lives, from our experiences. So in Stranger Things, I'm watching this and I'm like, "Oh, okay, this is the dark side. This is the subconscious. They're slipping into the realm of the unknown, of the scary, because in that realm it is cold. It is um void of life and joy and all those things. It's where we find the deepest, darkest parts of our depression. Anybody who's ever suffered from real darkness knows that place where it's like, "I don't wanna go on, and this is too hard, and everything is bad, and all you see is pain, and all you feel is disconnect," and that whole, um, upside down world reminds me of that. It's a good visualization of that. And you see when they're looking for the character Will, his mom is reaching out to him from across the sides, right? From the upside world to the underworld, and they're speaking through lights and through electromagnetic atmosphere because that's what we live in. We live in electrically charged atmosphere. We are electrical beings. That's why we live, because our heart is pulsating electric impulse in our bloodline, which is activating our body. Always remember, we're a spirit living in flesh. This flesh dies. This flesh will only last for so long, and we must take care of it in order to be able to live through it, to be able to experience whatever it is that we choose to experience. The consciousness and awareness is our beliefs. So the more you are aware, the more conscious you are in your decisions and your purpose, the more you can fulfill the dreams that you want to do this time around. That first episode of Stranger Things, there are some key moments in there that I saw, and one is with Nancy and Barb. And remember now, I want you to think back because one thing that's really good about the show is that it's nostalgic, right? It's got all the stuff from our history and the old tube TVs and the clothes and no cell phones. You had to call mom at work. You had to, it was a different time. It really was. And our kids live in a different time. And my grandkid for sure is going to live in a different time. And her kids are going to live in a different time. And old thought patterns die off as old thoughts literally die. People will live for so long, and all their beliefs that they hold in their consciousness will pass. And then the world is set with new beliefs. And it keeps changing over and over and over again as time goes on. So when we're small, we're just fresh meat, right? Like literally, we're just fresh beans that know nothing other than what we are absorbing, what we're seeing, what we're being told, what we're being taught. We go to school, we're taught certain things, how to behave, how to raise our hand, how to fit into society. Meanwhile, we have hormones that are coming in that are changing our physical being and our thought processes. Our hormones direct how we feel, especially if you're a woman and you are being led by your hormonal cycles and the moon. You're going to change and go through waves. Some days are better and you feel more energized and alive, and other days are more sluggish and you feel like crap. So it's always adjusting and fluctuating. Do you remember when your hormones started kicking in? Do you remember coming back to school and all of a sudden the boys had mustaches or grew and got shot up and got tall? And like just girls' boobs started coming in, just things started changing. You started getting interested in the opposite sex. You start looking and focusing on different things in your life. So Nancy and Barb are at the party, right? And Nancy wants to make out with Steve and she's all interested in getting boy crazy. Her friend does not want to be there, and that's obvious from the get-go. But her friend doesn't have an issue and nothing happens until there's blood in the water, literally, right? That's a good symbol that they use that her hand got cut because she was doing something she didn't want to do by popping that beer can. Her hand slips, it gets cut. It's like, yep, that's symbolism of you shouldn't have been doing it in the first place because you didn't want to. You were doing it just to fit in. You hurt yourself. Now you're cut, you're bleeding. You have this awkward moment with your friend where she's basically dissing you because she's going to go hang out with this boy and leave you alone. That friendship, that bond between those two girls, most girls have gone through this. Most girls one of the friends has found guys first. The other friend isn't in that. She's wants to just be with her friend, and that bond breaks. That bond slips. And that demon comes for her because he smells blood in the water, the separation, the depression kick in, the aloneness kick in to Barb, and he comes and gets her. And then Nancy was oblivious, and now she's lost her friend because she wasn't paying attention because her focus was on herself and this dude because she was trying to please and fit in and all the things, which everybody gets that. Everybody's been there and have made those choices that weren't so great for us in those moments. But it's darkness. It's the upside down. It is the opposite of what it is that we're meant to be as human beings and human nature, which is to connect and be there for each other and to create bonds. You can live as a hermit. You can live completely alone and isolated from everybody. But then you're never going to experience anything either. And the best thing about being in the body, in the flesh, is that the spirit is alive. The spirit gets to take part in connection and seeing each other when we look at each other, seeing a mirror, a representation of another life in a human form, seeing what it is that we each create and how we each have families and love and all the same emotions. We all experience them on different levels. We are all experiencing life. It's so easy to let darkness slip in. It's so easy, just that little tiny crack of something bad, and it slips in and takes over. Will's character, he seems like the sweetest, gentlest one, right? At least in the beginning, because like I said, I'm early in the season. And I'm like, of course the darkness came after him because he's the one who has the family who is separated and split. The dad's not involved and he's off doing his own thing with new family. His mom is chaotic and dealing with her own anxiety and her own emotions, just trying to focus and get everything done. The older son's doing his best to just survive on his own basically and take care of his mom. It's like, yep, because it doesn't matter how sweet somebody is. It doesn't matter. That innocence is even more valuable to the darkness. It's even more um easily slipped into and crushed because once you let those dark thoughts in, once you start feeding those thoughts of I'm sad. And then it's just like, "No, I'm really sad. Oh god, I'm really sad." You are letting it seep in. You're letting it absorb inside your body and your vessel and in your mind and consume your thoughts. And I say this from experience. Every time now I get a thought, and it's been a long time, but if I get a thought that I know it's like, "Mm-mm, that's not what I wanna play with. That's not how I wanna engage in this life." I'm like, "What is it? Why do I feel this way?" And I'm going to fix that crap right now. Whatever it is, if somebody said something that makes me question, myself with them, and all of a sudden I'm unease, I ain't letting that crap go because to me, it's like, I have a question. You said this. Did you mean it this way? Because this is how I took it. And most of the time, that's not the situation. But I'm not gonna let it fester and consume me anymore. I I don't want to, and I it's not necessary. You don't have to let depression take over you because that's exactly what depression is. It presses you down and prevents you from living and enjoying anything because you'll just get caught up in your mind as a cage of all the what ifs and the belief systems that you think that are happening that aren't even happening. You think somebody doesn't like you, and then you just assume that every time that you see them that they don't like you, but that's your thought. That's you imagining that they're not liking you. So go address them and go say, "Hey, do you not like me? Is there something weird going on here?" Blah blah blah. Or no, you know what? Things are weird and that person's not for me, and that's good because billions of people out there. Not everybody's for you. It's always, always both. You have people who will be there for you and connect to you and make you feel inspired and loved, and you have people who will show you what not to be like. People who will come in your life and leave your life because they're only meant for a season. If you had the same group of friends your entire life, that's not a bad thing to have those bonds, but at the same time, you could be missing out on other people and other versions of reality because you only experience this. You're only looking at this. There's a lot to look at, a lot in this world. There's so many amazing, wonderful things when you start looking for it. When you start looking for magic, you see magic. When you start looking for hope, you see hope. Whatever it is that you are looking for, you will find it, whatever it is. It's just a matter of how you perceive it. It's your perception, how you view it. So I just thought I'd share. Got on here. I haven't been on here in a minute, and I realized the last couple of videos that I did, my husband told me that they cut out at the very end. I think he's my only listener right now, so I love you, baby. I love you for all your support. And anybody else out there who's listening to me, thank you. But we'll see how this works. We'll see if this is computers doing what it's supposed to be doing. I am not a computer person at all. I am definitely a thinker, and yeah, that's what I'm good at. My brain is good at symbolism and diving into things and knowing random things just because that's me. That's what I do. Um, and of course, I love this existence and this experience. I'm so, so grateful to be here and to be on the path that I'm on versus the path that I was on. But it all has purpose. It all has purpose. I'm so grateful for the trauma I experienced and the life that brought me into this world. Because without all that pain, I would not have the blessings that I have today because my awareness through that pain shows me exactly what I'm capable of and makes me appreciative of just being alive and just being able to experience life. So, gonna spend some time. I want to this New Year's is coming up, and I wanna do, like, every month something that I'm focusing on that I'm going to work on for myself. So, like, in January, maybe it's, cardio. I never do cardio. I like to do, yoga. I got into that and just moving my body to take care of it because I'm 47 and I wanna live a long time. I wanna take care of my grandbabies and watch them grow up and be here. So maybe January will be the month that I kinda up my game on working out and eating a little bit better and not just treating myself and my inner teenager. And maybe February, I do something different and I work more on, um, integrating a different type of meditation or a different type of trance and, whatever. I'm gonna go through every month and try to find something that, because there's plenty of things to find, that I want to work on and develop. So I encourage you to find what it is that you wanna develop in you. Make Don't just make a New Year's resolution, but make real change. Make your life worth experiencing. It's your life. It's what you do. It's the actions you take. If you wanna go on a trip this year, plan a trip. If nobody wants to go with you, go by yourself. Experience what it's like to be alone. Experience what it's like to have quiet and it's just be you and your thoughts, and never, ever be afraid of your thoughts, of being alone, of that little demon that creeps into you when it's dark and scary. Always remember that that demon is you. That's your, uh, subconscious that is manifesting itself back there to create fear in you because that's what human bodies do. We have fight or flight, right? We have that in us that it is what protects us. Whether it's protecting our heart because we're afraid of getting hurt, whether it's protecting our mind because it's something we're not willing to see or deal with, or it's just there to say, "Hey, don't go that way. That's a bad idea." Trust your instincts, trust your intuition, and get to know those parts of you. This is your existence. And the best way to understand your body and your mind is to sit in stillness. Go for a walk. If you don't want to sit, go for a walk, but be quiet. Don't have music playing. Just observe. Observe yourself and your reality around you, and then make change based on the choices that you want to live out. This is your dream. This is your manifestation. This is your life. And I hope and pray that you do something beautiful with it. Good luck to you guys. I'll talk to you next time.